not good enough for this. I don't deserve to be happy. Others are so much better than me. I'm not skilled enough for this. I'm going to fail. I cannot do it. They will find out I don't know what I'm doing. What if I made the wrong choice? I always mess things up. They don't really like me. They are just being polite. I don't fit in here. I'm so awkward in social situations. I hate the way I look. All these inner thoughts are the story you keep telling yourself. And if you don't like the current story, you have the power to change it. And to change your story, you need to teach your mind to reevaluate the current story and come with one that serves you more. All these what if followed by negative statements, they are self-doubts, or you might know them as limiting beliefs. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if I don't succeed? What other people will think about me? What if they don't like or if they don't agree with what I'm saying? And all these what if statements can create a story in your life that doesn't serve you. Imagine that all these pens are different situations in your life. Maybe you are learning a new language, starting a new business, changing your current job, buying a new home, or having a kid. All these situations can be affected by self-doubt or limiting belief. I remember myself that I didn't know what is the difference between a limiting belief and a self-doubt. But one thing that I knew is that sometimes I have more courage to do certain things in certain areas of my life, where on the other hand, there were areas in my life where I did not have courage to even start something. When it comes to self-doubt, it affects one or multiple situations in your life. On the other hand, when it comes to limiting beliefs, a limiting belief affects all areas, all situations in your life. So let's take an example of mine where I used to say that I cannot speak English. I remember myself when I moved to the United States that one of my limiting beliefs was that I cannot speak English. In a context where there are multiple situations in my life, I cannot speak English can be either a limiting belief or can be a self-doubt. For me, in my case, was a limiting belief because I was thinking that in any situation that you put me in, I will not be able to speak English. So as I was learning English, I started to understand people better and also to be able to communicate better. But you see, at the beginning for me, I cannot speak in English was a limiting belief because I was not able to communicate in any situation. And the more I started to improve myself, the better my English skills became. So that limiting belief became a self-doubt. Instead of saying that I cannot speak English at all, I started to find certain situations where I felt comfortable to speak in English. Over time, even though I started to feel more comfortable to speak in English at work, when I opened my YouTube channel, I had that self-doubt that my English is not good enough for me to be able to open a YouTube channel. I was thinking that no one cares about what I'm talking, that my pronunciation is not good. All these limiting beliefs made me to be afraid to open a YouTube channel. When I opened my YouTube channel, I had fears of being incapable and I had fears about what other people will think about me. All these limiting beliefs, all these self-doubts that we have, they create the story that we currently live. If you don't like your current situation, if you know that there is something more for you, what needs to happen is to change your story. And to change your story, you need to identify the limiting beliefs, the self-doubts that you currently have, and learn to overcome them. From my own experience, there are 3 questions that I ask myself whenever I find myself that I have either a limiting belief or a self-doubt. And the first question is this thought that I currently have something that is helping me to build a better future? And if the answer is no, then I'm looking to change it. For example, if I say that my English is not good enough, therefore I'm not gonna record this video, I'm asking myself, is this thought helping me to become a YouTuber? And the answer is no, because if I don't record videos, if I don't expose myself, then I'll not be able to become a YouTuber because no one knows about me, no one is gonna watch my channel. Now, the second question that I ask myself, is this thought valid and true? In other words, if I say that my English is not good enough, therefore I'll not be able to succeed on YouTube, is this thought valid and true? And the answer is no, because there are many YouTubers that are not native speakers and they still have success on YouTube. Finding one example that contradicts your thoughts in order to be able to overcome that limiting belief or self-doubt. And the third question, and the last one, is what is the right next step for me? The first question was that, is this thought helping me to build my future? If the answer is no, then the second one, is this thought valid and true? In other words, is there at least one person that demonstrated the opposite? And the answer is yes. Then what is the next step for me? What can I do now with the resources that I have, with the skills that I have, to be able to move forward? If you remain in that limiting belief, if you remain in that self-doubt, you'll never have the courage to move forward. You need to invalidate the two with the first two questions, but you also need to find an action to move out from the current story and move towards the new story that you want to create for yourself. And I know that life is an infinite of choices, and there are so many choices where we don't have control. But at the same time, when it comes to our thoughts, our story, how we react to certain things, those are 100% in our control. So what I invite you is to step into what is in your control, and whenever you find yourself that you might have a limiting belief or a self-doubt, go through those 3 questions and create a story that serves you more. Take the first step today and let me know in the comments down below, how would you like to change your current story?